Queen, It's a Kind of Magic has arrived in South Africa. I'm sitting down with Giles Taylor. He plays Freddie Mercury in the tribute show, and he's going to give us the inside scoop into Freddie Mercury's life. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Wonderful, thank you.
Now, Queen, It's a Kind of Magic has landed on our shores.
Indeed.
For people who haven't seen the show before, what can we expect?
It's 2 hours of Queen hits. It's basically a culmination of Queen's greatest live performances crammed into one 2-hour show. So you've got amazing lights, you've got amazing music, of course. You have all the 4 characters of Queen on stage, flamboyant costumes, everything you would expect from a Queen performance is there.
Now, how did you get involved?
As with most performers, I went through an audition process to get this particular role, which was a lengthy process, but eventually I got it, and I'm very thankful for doing so. It's a wonderful character to play.
Now,
really
what's your favorite Queen song?
Fat Bottom Girls is my favorite Queen song.
Why? That's an interesting one
Not
to
for the
choose.
reasons you're thinking.
Okay.
It's a favorite song because it's the first Queen song that I remember ever hearing as a child. My father had the greatest hits collection and put it on in the car. And obviously, of course, when you're like 6 or 7 years old, hearing someone sing about fat bottoms, it instantly attracts your attention.
It's true.
So when I look back, that's the first Queen song I ever remember hearing.
Now, you play Freddie Mercury, which is, I think, a feat in itself. What did you learn about Freddie Mercury when you took on this role that you didn't know before?
I mean, everyone knows him for his flamboyant attitude and obviously his amazing vocals. What they probably don't know is that he was ridiculously fit. So he does a lot of running around on stage, which itself isn't a problem, but when you're trying to sing, you realized how incredible the man was when he puts these facets together and becomes this Freddie Mercury thing on stage. Then trying to replicate that gave me a much higher appreciation than I already had for him, and it was already quite high as a musician.
Tell me about training to be running around on stage and singing, because I don't think it's an easy thing.
It's not easy. I mean, even Beyonce allegedly runs on a treadmill in heels and sings. I'm not sure about the safety, nor would I advise running on a treadmill whilst wearing heels. But I certainly do run and sing at the same time. Obviously, it keeps you in shape, but you get used to singing and trying to grab breath where you can, whilst maintaining some element of vocal technique.
Jeez. What's your favorite song to perform?
I really enjoyed Bohemian Rhapsody.
I also really like to perform Bohemian Rhapsody.
Excellent. You're going to join me on stage this evening?
No, I'm not going to. I'll perform in the audience.
Okay, fine. You're welcome. And we do encourage that. We encourage people to stand up and sing along. I mean, what we're trying to do is bring bring a stadium environment into a theatre. So, you know, people will be up on their feet, they can dance in the aisles, they can go crazy. We don't care. We prefer they did that.
Why do you think Queen has been able to stay relevant after all these years? I mean, the show continuously sells out. People love to belt out those classic Queen hits. So why do you think that is? I
think you've hit the nail on the head there. It is classic hits. They write songs or wrote songs that were utterly timeless, which is why people 30, 40 years ago were singing them, and people 30, 40 years now are quite willing to sing them and come and see me portray them. They really are just good tunes. And also their tunes are very varied. They cover a lot of different genres. So obviously you're going to encapsulate a wider audience by doing, you know, a bit of funk here and a bit of 80s pop and then doing some classic rock.